This is Marvel Toon-One number 13. Marvel Toon-One presents The Thing and Power Man. This is Luke Cage, of course. Amazing cover art. Now, they fight a monster called Brigadoon, and this is a lot like the old Marvel giant monsters. This is kind of a throwback to that. Stan Lee presents The Thing and Power Man together. Roger Slifer and Len Wein were the scripters. Ron Wilson is the artist, and Vince Colletta is the inker. I created Brigadoon, the mountain that walked like a man. So here's this nebbish guy who stutters a lot, talking to Luke Cage and trying to hire him for a job. And Luke Cage has got some sort of like magazine going on here, Players. I don't know if that's like a take on a real magazine of the time. And so this guy explains that he created a monster. He basically created life, and it started to grow. And what happened was it eventually ate people. It ate a couple people here, absorbed them, and grew into a giant monster and started romping and stomping through the city. And Luke Cage is still not very impressed. But the guy tells him that it's still out there loose. And he's like, huh? You mean there's a big thing like right now? Why'd you just lead with that? And so he's like, let's go. Let's go find this monster of yours. So they go out. What happened was the guy already recruited the Thing, and the Thing is fighting this monster, and that's what really alarmed Luke Cage. And Luke Cage is like, he can't fight the monster alone. And so the Thing is like slugging at this thing and like throwing rocks at him and stuff. And this monster grabs the Thing. And Luke Cage doesn't know what to do, so he tries to kick him in the shins or whatever. And then the monster's like, what is this crap? And so grabs him as well. And he's squeezing these two, and he throws them. Now, it's supposed to be like the monster is a lot like a kid throwing a tantrum. And so Thing grabs onto a building to break his fall, and Luke Cage hangs on. And then they have a disagreement about this whole thing. Thing punches the crap out of Luke Cage, and like Luke Cage swings back, to respond. And then they've got their fighting out of the way. They realize they have to work together to try and stop this monster. And so they go to the Fantastic Four pogo plane and fly towards the monster as the monster destroys a bridge. A lot of people on that bridge, they say later on no one got hurt, which doesn't look like it to me. There's a whole bunch of cars that went into the ocean, etc. They're trying to fight this thing underwater. And Luke Cage is trying to make the monster lose balance, but he can't do it. And they both have to come up for air because, they're not amphibious or anything. Thing does manage to throw the monster and put him off balance. Luke Cage saves the scientist, and the scientist reveals that the monster could possibly explode like an A-bomb, so they have to figure out how to stop that. Luke Cage tries to stop the Thing from fighting any further, and then they get into a fight. And then Luke Cage actually explains what's going on here. But while the monster gets unstable from all this fighting, it shrinks. And so now it's a little tiny thing. And so the scientist is going to go back and keep the little monster. But the monster grows up to be a child, and then it will grow normal now. And this monster is basically like a son to this scientist. Luke Cage is like, well, like, job well done. We saved the city and all that stuff. No one was hurt from that bridge. And the Thing was like, well, it's not such a great victory because 2 men died. Like, what do you think about that? And that's the end of this issue. This is pretty cool. I like the team up with Luke Cage and Thing. Luke Cage's dialogue is very dated. It's what Marvel thought a character like this would talk like, but hey, that's like a lot of Luke Cage's appearances at this time. But it's a lot of fun. The Brigadoon character, we don't really see that character much anymore, but this is a cool romp through a Bronze Age tale. I hope you like going through this with me. If you liked what you saw, please give a like to this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Lots of great comic book stuff on here. So until next time, take care.